Welcome to Facts, Fiction and Faraway Lands, your Friday ticket to wonder, words and the wide world.
Shivering and goosebumps. Let's explore how your brain helps you stay warm when it's cold. One of your brain's most important jobs is to keep your body temperature just right, around 98.6 Fahrenheit. So what happens when your skin gets too cold? It quickly sends a message to your brain saying, "I'm freezing." Your brain jumps into action with a clever trick. It tells your muscles to rapidly tighten and relax again and again. That sudden shaking is what we call shivering. Have you noticed those tiny bumps on your skin when you're cold? They are called goosebumps. Your skin is covered with tiny hairs. When the muscles under your skin contract, each little hair stands up, creating a mini bump at its base. It's your body's ancient way of staying warm, and it still works in chilly classrooms and windy mornings alike.
King Sumant and the Gardener. King Sumant was generous and he cared about his subjects. He immensely believed that he could make anybody's destiny with his authority. One day, while traveling with his minister, he observed a gardener working by the roadside. Looking at him, the king said to the minister, "With my power as a king, I can change this man's life overnight and make him a rich man." Sir, please don't say that. If he must become a rich man, he needs to work hard and have the luck, foresight, and many other factors. By merely helping him, you cannot turn him into a rich man, said the minister. But the king was adamant. "Let's bet on it. I don't even know this gardener, but I will see to it that he becomes a rich man soon, without letting him know that I am doing it." The minister smiled and kept quiet. The neighboring king was King Sumant's friend, and they would cooperate with each other on most matters. The next day, King Sumant called the gardener and told him, "Go to the neighboring king and present this letter." The gardener returned home. He thought about the travel involved in the hot summer. He didn't have a horse. He would have to walk for 2 or 3 days to deliver the letter. Then he thought of his friend who had a horse. The gardener asked his friend to deliver the letter instead. The friend happily agreed and went away with the letter. After about a month, the king passed by the same village to see what the gardener had been up to. He was still tending to his garden. Curious, he asked, "What happened to the letter?" The gardener explained how he had sent the letter through his friend. The king displayed his unhappiness and just walked away. The neighboring king had received the letter. It said, "Whoever has brought this letter to you must be given 10 acres of land and a house to stay." The gardener's friend got to stay there and didn't come back at all. Within a week, the gardener came to the king's court with a fresh, juicy watermelon. King summoned and smiled and said, "You eat lunch and meet me before you leave." The king called his craftsmen and said, "Take out the pulp and insert gold coins into the watermelon so they neither make any sound nor increase the weight. Bring it to me as soon as possible." In the evening, when the gardener was leaving, the king gave him the watermelon and said, "This is my gift to you." The gardener was disappointed. "I gave the fruit I had grown, and he returned the same thing. He must be upset with me. I have a long journey home, and I don't want to carry this weight all the way back. I'll give it to my friend I'm staying with tonight." So the gardener gave the watermelon to his friend and went back to his village the next day. After a month, the king went to the village again and saw the gardener still busy planting watermelon seeds. The king asked, "What happened after you left the court the other day?" The gardener told him what he had done. The king smiled and departed. The next time, the king sent the minister with a third opportunity for the gardener. The minister buried a pot of gold under the ground on the right side of the banyan tree behind the gardener's house. Then he approached the gardener and said, "O gardener, the king has ordered you to bring something which is on the right side of the banyan tree behind your house. It is 1 foot deep under the ground. Please find it today and bring it to the court tomorrow. It is very, very important for the king." The gardener was tired of the king's orders. That night, as he stood by the tree in the cold, he wondered, was it the tree's right side or his right side? He chose his right side and dug. He found a big stone and carried to his house. The next day, he traveled a long way and presented the stone in the court. The king and the minister looked at each other. The king said, "You're a great gardener. Please come and join my gardening team and serve me." Now the gardener thought, if I start working in his garden, he will see me every day and give me even more work. So he replied, "No, sir, your place is quite far from my house. I'll be happy tending to my own garden." The king smiled and said, "I agree with you." The gardener departed. Later that day, the king had his soldiers retrieve the pot of gold and gave it to the minister as a prize for winning the bet. The minister refused and said, "Sir, opportunities come in different forms. One should have the intelligence and sensibility to identify them."
This week, let's take a journey to Belgium, a charming country nestled in the heart of Europe. Can you spot Belgium on this map? The capital city of Belgium is Brussels. It's known for its grand buildings, cobbled streets, and something truly sweet. If you have a sweet tooth, Belgium is the place for you. It's often called the chocolate capital of the world, and not without reason. In 1912, John Neuhoff invented praline chocolates, chocolates with a surprise filling inside. Nutty, creamy or fruity, they became a big hit. Today, Belgium produces over 220,000 tons of chocolate every year. That's heavier than 30,000 elephants. And Brussels Airport is one of the biggest chocolate selling spots on earth. Belgium isn't just known for its chocolates. It's known for making people happy one bite at a time. Try picturing your favorite fries, chips, or a plate of warm dal makhani without even a pinch of salt. It would taste, right? Bland and boring. Salt doesn't just add flavor, it brings a dish to life. Let's travel back in time, way back, around 8,000 years ago, to a place called Romania. There, early humans discovered that the water from certain springs was salty. They began to boil this water and collected the salt left behind. In ancient times, salt was so valuable that people used it like money. Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt. That's where the word salary came from. Salt helps in preserving food, adds flavor, and even helps our body function well. It's a simple ingredient, but one that's made history. Salt has traveled from ancient springs to your dinner plate. So the next time you sprinkle a pinch of salt, remember you're tasting a bit of history. Word of the week, Epiphany. How do we spell it? Epiphany. A delightful word that means a sudden aha moment. Let's explore it. What is an epiphany? An epiphany is when something suddenly becomes clear in your mind, like a light bulb switching on. You're solving a puzzle and suddenly yell, "Oh, I got it!" That's an epiphany. Your toy isn't working, and then bang! You realize the batteries are in backwards. Epiphany. How to use it in a sentence? I had an epiphany. I was holding the remote control upside down. Isn't it a wonderful word? What was your last epiphany moment?